I'm just waiting for my kettle to boil so that I can make myself a cup of tea. Just take you around the allotment to see what's been happening. April has been very wet and cold, and I haven't had time to really do what I usually do every April. But, well, it is what it is. Here I've got a herb garden. I'm going to clear this today, I think, to make room. My flowers are suffocating with all that grass. I've got thyme and chives, and I think I've got some self-seeded garlic that I planted one last year and it didn't do very well, so I think it's come back. So bonus, this is my first brassica cage, and I've got pak choi here that I put in a couple of days ago, and I've started clearing going this way. So this spinach is what we've been picking, and I think this needs to be coming out now because I can see it's about to flower, so I might as well take it out. We've got kale at the back, and here we've got more kale. That's the kale that I put in a couple of weeks ago. It looks dead, but it's definitely doing okay. Even though it looks dead, it's fine. And more of the kale that we've been picking, but as you can see, it's flowering, so that will be coming out soon as well. And here we have mustard and rave that I put in a couple of weeks ago as well. So these seeds were very old, that's why I put a lot in, so I will need to thin that out. But I think that the mustard is doing okay, but this one I will need to thin it out. It's too compact. And then we go to the back where we have strawberries. These strawberries they've been here for I think 5 years now. So I moved the brassica cage. This brassica cage was right at the back, so I moved it from here to bring it here so that I can have all my brassica cages next to each other. But I need to move these strawberries. They've been here for 5 years, and the plan was to remove them and then move the brassica cage, but I did it the other way around, and I've seen how they're flowering, so I'm going to leave them, and then when we've harvested from these, that's when I'll move them. So this is the brassica cage that I moved, and I'm yet to replace the netting, but I've put in lettuce. This is Webb's Wonder that I had at home, so I've put it in the ground, and I've put in cut and come again lettuce on this bit, and another row of pak choi, because I really struggle with pak choi, so I try and plant as much as I can, because the germination rate for pak choi, I struggle with that. At the back, we've just been clearing, and this is where we're going to have maize this year. This is the plot that the bed that we're going to use for maize. So I usually do the three sister planting where I have maize, pumpkins and beans. So those are the three things that we're going to have in this area. And next to the maize, there is garlic growing underneath here and onions. So that will need a bit of weeding, but it seems to be doing well, and this needs covering. So these are onion stems that I put in. I think they look okay, but I think some of them have been taken by birds, I think. But this is the garlic, which is doing well. So we've got garlic, and we've got leeks and more onions, and that's the bed for my maize. Now we'll go to the other plot. this is the plot with my orchard right here at the back. I'm starting from the back today. So I have my apple trees and pears that I think are doing well. I just love the flowers of this plant. Isn't that beautiful? So these are my 4 trees right at the back. We've got berries here. I think this is a currant and loganberry and gooseberry. This is gooseberry. And I have grapes. I have grapes here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 vines of grapes. And we're trying to see if the grape can climb onto the greenhouse frame. We'll see how that goes. It's a plan. If it doesn't work, we can always cut it. When we cut down the grapes next year, at the end of when they finish flowering, maybe we'll remove the greenhouse frame. But in here we've got another tree. This is one of my favorite apple trees. I don't know what it's called, but I just love the fruit from this tree. And it's very low, so it's heavy bearing, and most of the fruit ends up on the floor. But we'll see. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I want to try and lift it up. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. And this is another apple tree that has lovely fruit as well, and it's a low tree as well. So because I inherited all these trees, I have no control on how big they would be, because when I got the plot, they'd already been chopped when they were very, very tiny. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. This is a conference pear, and it's got loads of fruit. I think we're going to have to chop down some of the fruit. And this is the greenhouse. The mustard and the rape have come to an end now with their flowering, so I'm going to take those out. And then we have greenhouse number 2. The same, but it's flowering, and that's where I've been keeping my wheelbarrow for the whole winter. So it's flowering and it's coming out. My compost bins that I need clearing. And this is where I'm thinking we're going to have sweet corn. So sweet corn here. I still have parsnips. I planted too much parsnips, so that needs coming out. It will be flowering soon. And more spinach that will be coming out. And this is where we think we will have squashes, butternuts, and tomatoes. That's the plan. So here we have carrots, and just over here we have beetroot, and in front there we have parsnip. A small bed of parsnip this year. Broad beans seem to be doing well. Most of them were eaten by slugs, but I've planted some in and hope that looks good. And here we're not sure what we're going to put in, but this is our asparagus bed, and this is our second year, so I'm not picking again this year. Hopefully next year will be my first time to pick the asparagus bed. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to show you my flower bed. This is my flower bed. I cleared it last week, and this next week I think I'll be putting in more flowers. I've got this foxglove that's self-seeded, and I just leave it to do its own thing. I've just finished clearing my herb garden, so everything was covered by the parsley, so I just had to rip it all out. Nobody needs that much parsley, I think. So I've left 4 plants of parsley, and underneath I had loads of chives that have been hiding underneath. So I've got chives and garlic. This garlic is from last year. I didn't take it out, and I think I just had 1 plant, so I think that's the one that's coming back up. I've got more chives and onions, and this plant is Welsh onion. That's the only one I have. Hopefully it will flower, and then I can take seeds from there and plant it somewhere else. I've got thyme and sage. I've got another plant of sage here that I'm going to move. I'll find somewhere else to put it. It's such a waste to just throw it away because I've only got 1 sage plant. I do use a lot of sage and thyme when I'm canning my tomatoes, so I think it will be a good idea if I save that plant. So that's the herb garden cleaned.